Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you guys had a nice Cinco de Mayo. I didn't really do a whole lot for Cinco de Mayo today. I went to the beach in the morning, and I tried to go surfing, and I realized shortly after I got in the water that I haven't done any physical activity like surfing in the past 5 or 6 months, and as a result, I got completely demolished by the waves. But, I don't know, it wasn't that cold, it was kind of nice being out there, but it was just very tiring. And this afternoon I saw Iron Man, which I'm a big Marvel and Iron Man fan, and it was a rather good movie. I was impressed. But anyways, look at this battle. I'm using hail today, and normally I'm more of a sun or rain kind of guy, but I figured I'd try to get something a little different. But I've used Abomasnow in OU not so much, but in UU as of recent, and I kind of like it in UU, but like there's not any like really good like ice type attackers, which is a little disheartening. And I've realized that especially in OU, using Abomasnow is kind of annoying just because it's so much worse than like Tyranitar. Like even like Politoed is much better than it just because of the typings. Just because having ice and grass as a typing so terrible, it's weak to everything. And even on this one, this is a defensive Abomasnow. It makes it just, it's so annoying because everything hits it for neutral or super effective damage and it can't sponge hits well. But anyways, my opponent's team, he's running Sand, and that scares the poop out of me because Sand generally trumps over Hail in this kind of game. But I don't know, it's actually a pretty good battle. My opponent was very skilled and knew exactly what he was doing, but as you'll see, it's interesting. I laid out my Abomasnow as he goes out with his Landorus, and I was a little bit scared here, but I just go for the Protect, hoping he wouldn't Rock Polish up or something crazy. But he's just gonna go for the U-turn, which is okay, but I know my Abomasnow will die from that. So I go into my Tentacruel here, and he predicts something, maybe my Heatran or something else, and goes for the Focus Blast, but Tentacruel would have sponged that rather easily. And right here, I made a little bit of a mistake, and I didn't realize that that Tentacruel I had was a physically defensive one and not especially defensive. The Earth Power would have done a lot of damage regardless, but it was just a little bit of a misplay. But I get a free switch into my Kyurem, and this one's Scarfed, and I figure, okay, the only thing that's stopping me from trying to sweep his team with it, because it's Scarfed, is Scizor. So I did Dragon Claw just because I do not want to get locked into Outrage right now. But anyways, I bring in my Heatran because Heatran generally is a solid check for Scizor minus Superpower. And right here, I overpredict really bad here, and I think, okay, he's gonna go for, I don't know, something else, thinking I bring in my Xatu, but nope, I just get owned right there. I bring my Mamoswine, and he's scared of the Ice Shard, obviously, so he goes into a Scizor here, and I'm just trying to rack up as much damage as I can on Scizor, just because Scizor is probably one of the biggest threats on my team. And again, I make a terrible prediction. I'm not on the ball today for predictions, and I got owned by a Bullet Punch. So right here, I have my Xatu, and I get a little bit of hacksy stuff going on here in this game. But I land Thunder Wave on Scizor, and that makes dealing with it a little bit easier, because as you're going to see, he does get a little bit of para-hacks going on here. But I'll bring in my Abomasnow here, which is a terrible idea. But he goes for the Swords Dance, which that's what I was thinking that he had because he had Roost. And right here, I go for the Leech Seed as he gets para-hacks. And I'm like, okay, cool, maybe I can not die immediately, because at this point in the game, I've lost 3 of my Pokemon to his 6, and I was about to just rage quit, just because it's very, it's just annoying to be down that bad. But I was just going to try to go with the flow for now, and I actually killed this Scizor, which was really surprising. I mean, the Paralyze was super relevant in that case, and it was probably the only reason I won this match, along with a couple other hacksy things that happened later on. But in comes Keldeo. I know it's going to go for some sort of Secret Sword thing, so I bring my Xatu, and based on the fact that he switches out here, it's probably Scarfed, or Spectre or something. So I take this chance just to get some Switch initiative. I go back into my Abomasnow, and like I said, I'm on tilt really bad at this point, and I'm just trying to do whatever I can. So I'm hoping he doesn't go for Stealth Rocks here. I go for Protect, and he goes for Fire Blast, so I'm like, oh crap, this can be really bad. But I just start spamming Blizzard because I can, and it doesn't miss. And I get the Freeze on Tyranitar, which is actually pretty funny, because Freeze, it is really hacksy, but I don't know, it gets the job done, I guess. But he thaws out immediately and misses the Fire Blast, which I felt kind of bad just because I'm in a terrible spot, but if this hacks continues, it's just bad for him. But I almost predicted the switch right here and went for another Leech Seed, but I figured Substitute was the safe case because I believe I outspeed his Tyranitar. So I get a Leech Seed off on this Keldeo here, and knowing that a Leech Seed is just going to keep sapping him, I can do some fun stuff. So right here, again, I almost predicted the switch again because I know he does not want to Leech Seed up. But I bring in my Xatu here, and Landorus, I'm assuming it had the Hidden Power Ice right here, because at first I was like, oh, it can't touch me, but then I was like, oh crap, it's gonna own me. But yeah, Xatu at this point is death fodder, because I literally cannot do anything to sponge any kind of hit. But at this point, I've gotten his Sizzler out of the way, which is awesome, because now I can Dragon Claw and he can't do anything about it. And right here, I was scared of the Mach Punch or anything like that, so I was like, okay, let's let the Xatu die. And he's a fighting gem here, and I didn't pay attention to the chat at first, and I thought he was choice banded, which was a little bit weird. But again, at this point, I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna lose, because I thought Mach Punch would take out my Abomasnow, but I realized I have some physical defense investment, and I don't get owned straight up. But in comes this Keldeo, and right here I'm like, oh crap, this is really annoying, because I don't know if my Kyurem could take one on the off chance this Keldeo's scarfed, because if it is, I believe it just takes it out clean. But right here, it's pretty, I mean, I'm in a pretty bad spot still, but since my Kyurem's scarfed, and he doesn't have anything that can take an Outrage, it is really nice. But one thing, pretty much the only reason that I did so well towards this end is because when he brought in his Breloom, he did not go for the Spore, which at first I was like, okay, cool, because I thought he was choice banded, so I figured he didn't have Spore and he had Stone Edge instead. But regardless, I end up having a little bit of a mini sweep with my choice scarfed Kyurem at the end with Outrage, and it works out in my favor. But anyways, great match, great guy. It was fun, even though I was a little bit pissed in the beginning of it. But regardless, it was a fun battle. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you later.